let me bring her into this conversation via phone. And Caroline, you've heard what the CAS has said. These finances are there. Young people need to involve the elderly who've been involved in agriculture for some time. And you're a young person who is involved in agriculture. What hurdles have you been facing so far, especially when it comes to finances? How easily are the finances being given by the government available to young people like you involved in farming? Caroline, if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you repeat the question?
My question is, I believe you've heard what the CAS for Agriculture, Ms. Anne Nyaga, has said about, funding the youth in terms of giving them finances, the youth involving the elderly who've been in agriculture for some time. So my question is, how easily or is the finances being given by the government available to young people like you who are involved in farming?
I would say for now, I have not been able to tap into that financing. And first, I want to appreciate the fact that there is the CAS in the ministry right now, because I feel she really understands our problem and she can relate from a previous background of farming. So her being in this position and bringing all these available platforms to us, because I think it's been a problem of communication. Seems like these things were there, but we don't know. Just like you were saying before, it's a matter of communication. And now since they are packaging these financing platforms for us, we feel now if they are able to let us take part or know what is going on or how we can tap into this, it's a very good thing for us. So first, I'm encouraged as a youth to see her coming out and trying to support us and bringing all this forward and all the sponsors such as FAO and practical action. What I would like to add is we have seen on maybe print media, there is grants that are being given to the youth in certain counties, but we are not seeing them on the ground. So if I would advise, I would say it's good to first do the due diligence to the people you're giving grants to, just to make sure you're giving to a youth in agriculture and not just an activist of youth in agriculture. There's a difference. There is somebody who's practically doing it and somebody who is talking about it, and maybe the money is not even getting to us as grants, the people who is supposed to be benefiting.
All right.
So, yeah.
All right, so still talking about matters financing. So from Caroline's point of view, she has not personally gotten a chance to get some of the funds that the government is talking about. But then now, more than 250 young farmers in Vihiga County are set to reap from an 89 million shillings grant from the World Bank to cushion the sector in the wake of COVID-19. Now, the initiative, which is being spearheaded by the Vihiga County government, offers a platform for youthful farmers to apply for funds, which target the dairy and poultry sector, among others.
Your Excellency DG, makofi tafadhali. To enhance agriculture in the county government.
Ward administrators wawili tafadhali penye mko tu mpunge mkono wote. Your Excellency
vile tumepeana kwa CDDCs, hizo CDDCs wata sign MOU na kila kikundi, na wakisha sign MOU wataanza kufanya hiyo kazi, na ningeagiza vikundi ya kwamba wahakikishe ya kwamba wanatumia hiyo pesa vizuri. Tutarealize hiyo manifesto ya kufanya kilimo biashara.
Mwaka huu wa serikali ambao unaisha kesho kutwa, tulipatiwa ama tuko na kwa mfuko wa project tulipatiwa 524 million ambao tulitakiwa tumalize, tutumie hiyo pesa kwa mwezi huu. Mwaka huu tunamaliza Alhamisi, lakini mpaka sasa, mpaka wa leo tutakuwa tumetumia 198 million. So mimi nataka kutoa mwito hasa kwa vijana wetu Musitarajie tu kazi ya kuandikwa. Kazi ya kuandikwa hakuna. Lakini tuko na pesa ya kupeana hawa waingie kilimo.
So you've heard it from Vihiga, Governor. Kazi hakuna, lakini kuna pesa ya kupatia vijana wafanye kazi ya agriculture, farming. So let me take a short commercial break. I'll pick it right from there when we come back and involve the CAS in the Ministry of Agriculture, just to tell us how young people can actually get these funds. Because you've heard it from Caroline that she's yet who want to get involved in the agricultural sector. And this morning we are talking about youth agri-financing. Let me bring in the CAS in the Ministry of Agriculture, Anne Nyaga. And you've heard it from Caroline before you took a short commercial break that access to these funds that the government is talking about being available to the youth is not easily accessible to the young people. So how can a young person who wants to be involved in agriculture get this funding?
Thank you, Brenda. I'm actually quite happy to get the kind of feedback that Carol is bringing across, that we can be able to see where the challenge is. As you have seen from the county government of Vihiga, the governor launching, that is a program that we're implementing with partnership with the county governments, that is called NARIG, which is in 21 counties. And what we have done as the key promises that our president made to the nation of enhancing that our country becomes food secure is we channel these finances directly through the county governments. So we have the county governments being the national government removing, giving some bit of finances. Also the development partners that we are partnering in a particular program. The development partners, the IVARI, we can have World Bank, we can also have CEDA and so forth, USAID. So there are many development partners. But let me just concentrate on this particular program called NARIG. Also, the county governments, even as the national gives the money and also the development partner, we also have the counter funding from the county government. So these finances are channeled just from the national government, of course, building the capacity of the county governments so they can be able to onward that kind of capacity to the farmers and the youth at large on the ground. So the money is channeled to the counties, then the farmers are expected to open their bank accounts through the groups, because we also have to form you have to organize them on the ground. So as I said, different programs have different kind of design. You'll find there are those ones where we are saying, farmers, organize yourself in common interest groups. We give you financing along the common interest group. We graduate you, you go to what you're saying, producer organizations. Again, we fund you on that particular level. So I think first and foremost, it's an issue of our youth, first of all, being able to get this information, knowing how these projects are structured. Again, we will make a very deliberate effort on top of what the county government is doing, because we build their capacity and then the county onwards the kind of capacity to the communities. So what we are going to do, because we've also realized that there's a gap in the uptake, we will also be very, very deliberate and create platforms where our youth are able to know these finances are in your county, how do you tap into them? And these are your finances. Do not be shy to go and get these finances. The president put them aside for you.
Madam CS, allow me to cut you short.
So, Brenda, the other thing...
My question is, so how can a young person know that this is the amount that has been given to my county government? Because you're working very closely with the county government. So how can a young person, like how can me, get to know that this is the amount that has been given and this is how I can access it? Because communication is very key right here.
Okay, Brenda. As I said, kindly visit the county government departments of agriculture. What we do, the programs are structured in such a way we intervene on the producer level. We also intervene, that is what we are calling the common interest groups. We fund on the common interest groups. We also have another level where we are funding as a producer organization. And there's also another level where we even fund up to 100 million where we build in infrastructure. Say a county wants a milk processing plant. We fund... Sorry, Brenda, I think we got disconnected.
All right, let me bring in...
I'm saying we also now let me just finish, Brenda.
All right.
So we're making large investments. So how we make the investments as a chunk, such that if the youth feels they want to get into a CIG level, there's already financing which has been made available. As you even said, you had the governor said, we have segmented 500 million to give to that particular county. But from that 500 million, as we intervene in other aspects of the program, some specific amount should be going to the youth. So that is what we are encouraging. Go to the county governments, find out, depending on your proposal, you are able to get funded. So it can vary from 50,000 up to 4 million, depending on the kind of proposal that you generate.
In Mr. Jacob Uching, and Jacob, you've heard what the CS has said in terms of availability of funds, how young people can tap into this, which begs the question, this amount that is being given by